Hi you guys, how are you? This is a video on my class from Monday night. I know a couple of you weren't here, but I've got some information just to review it if you want to review it for any homeworks or anything like that that we have. So we started off the class talking about multiplication. And we did this kind of at the beginning of the course, the idea of multiplication, doing our distributive property. So 2x times x, 2x squared, plus 2x times 5, 10x. And that's our answer. We leave it like that. That this is a factor. And this is a factor. And this is our product. This is what we get when we multiply them. And it looks kind of funky because it's two different things. This is x squared, this is x's. We can't bring them together. We know that because they're not like terms. Okay, so that's kind of the basics for what we're learning before our next piece. That's kind of, it's got one term here and then two terms here. Pretty easy. Now we're going to do some double distribution. X plus 4 times x plus 3. Okay? What do we get when we multiply those two things together? In this case, we have two things distributed over this. The x is going to go over this and the 4. So we have this times this and this times this for two multiplications, kind of like what we did here. And then we have this times this and this times this for the other two multiplications. So there's 4. And sometimes it's referred to as FOIL. They use that term, FOIL, to mean you multiply the firsts together. These are the first terms of each, the first parts of each term. And then you do the outsides. Here's the outside and here's the outside. And then the insides. The two inside terms together. And then L for lasts. Multiply the two lasts. So your firsts and lasts, outs and ins. So that's FOIL. But a lot of times students really like to see, okay, this times what's inside here, and then this term. Double distribution. A lot of them like that term better. Okay? So, let's go through it. X times x, x squared. X times 3, plus 3x. 4 times x is right there, and then 4 times 3 is 12. So those are the 4 multiplications that we have. You'll always have 4 of them, and you can line them up like this. If you want to line them up and down, you can do that too. When you do the multiplication, you're always then going to have like terms. Not here, but in the middle if you line them up, if you do the multiplications in the order I did. We have our x squared, and we have our 12, but 3x plus 4x is 7x. Okay? So that is the double distribution, and this becomes our answer. X squared plus 7x plus 12. It's called a polynomial. Okay, it's an expression that's got poly, multiple terms in it. And so that's where that comes from. And that becomes our answer. Okay? So this is a factor and this is a factor. When you multiply these two things together, this is what you're going to get for a product, for an answer. Okay? So that becomes what we do. So I'm going to do one more with you that involves a negative so we can kind of keep track of our negatives. All right, Ethan? I like to bring in the names of some of them. X minus 3 times x plus 9. All right? So, 4 multiplications. Okay? X times x, x squared. X times 9, 9x. Negative 3 times x. Keep track of that negative. Minus 3x. Negative 3 times positive 9 is 27. You got to really make sure you kind of combine your like terms. 9x minus 3x is 6x. Minus 27. X squared. And that's a positive. 9x minus is a positive. And that is our answer. So that covers the basics of FOIL. I'm also posting on the classroom the assignments that we did. We started in class and I worked on too. So I'll have those posted as well. Okay? So if you weren't in class, you can kind of work on those maybe before Monday. Watch this video again if you need to. Work on those and then I'll go through them with you in class on Monday. All right? Have a good weekend, everybody.